And the church say, amen.
Amen.
Girl, did you hear what? Oh, yeah, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. He. Hey.
What's poppin'? What's good?
Welcome back to our bud.
Hey.
What's good, guys?
We're back.
Yep. And today we're gonna be doing our first ever, actually, story time. Our story time is about how we met. Yo, so it is some love story now. Anyway. We're gonna be laughing a lot, I think, because we're kind of a little slipsy. So
Yeah, guys, it's literally 1:43 in the morning. Not PM, in the morning.
okay. So we got a little bit of random energy. So you're gonna have that. So let's get popping with it. Anyway, let's get started. All right. So pretty much, when we first met, we met at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we both, well, at that time, we were both homeschooled. Yeah, so you're both in homeschool co-op group, which is overall like a bunch of homeschools come together and they do subjects together and they have like bonding time.
Right. And for our school, it was from 10 to 3 on like certain days. So
Right.
like that time it was Tuesday and Wednesday, and that was it.
Exact at that time. That was like a bunch of days.
Right.
But that time it was Tuesdays and Wednesdays, there we go. And we came together, pretty much did subjects together, and like had like, it was pretty much to socialize us overall. It was just so like we could be socialized and talk to people and hang out with our age group, and it was middle and high school. So it was around that age kids. And it was my first year. But I came midway through the year because I was out of town when it first started. But it wasn't like midway, but it was like the beginning. But it wasn't like when I was supposed to actually come in. So I came like the second week because I was out of town doing stuff, vibing. But I was there. Yeah.
I was there.
So yeah, I came midway, and we met through a mutual friend, and we're gonna name her
Brenda.
We're gonna name her Brenda. So Brenda was a mutual friend that I became close to at that time, but we were both like, that's kind of where I got connected from because that's who I talked to first.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked through. Go ahead.
Friends with her before. Like when I first, because this was going to my second year there. This was her first year there. And I met Brenda before that. And we were like friends throughout that whole time. And then, yeah.
Right. Then I came along and she became friends with me. And she was like, oh, here's my friend Kaya. And I was like, oh, it's good. It was like, okay, cool. It was like,
we met at the microwave. Apparently.
Apparently.
I don't remember too much of that.
So, pretty much, yeah, we met at school and stuff through a mutual friend, Brenda. And we had classes together. Then it wasn't planned for us to have classes together, but as years went on, we kind of was like, oh, let's have this class together because it was like, let's chill, and it was fun. But at that time, it wasn't meant to be. I'm pretty sure our class together, I feel like we had one more, but that one was creative writing. And we had a subject, and we had to like make a presentation or a poem or something like heartfelt or something. And it was like, yeah, do that and do it in front of the classroom. And I had a song or whatever because I wrote songs and still kind of do, but not really like that. And did I bring my guitar? I did bring my guitar because I was like, should I bring it? Yeah, I wasn't really feeling that. I didn't like be put on the spot. So I was there and I was like, I'm gonna be low key about it. So I was sitting in the classroom and I was like,
darkness, my old friend.
Meanwhile,
I've come to talk with you.
exactly. I'm like, nobody talking to me. Cool, bet. I'm like, you know, I don't really want nobody to pick me because I don't want to sing. I was kind of like, I just didn't want to be like the girl who sung, to be honest.
Right.
I don't want to be that girl who sung. I was like, yeah, you know, she sung. I was like, no. So everybody went, you know, even the, what's his name? Our mutual friend went too. Brenda. Brenda went too because I feel like she wrote something because, you know, we talked and stuff by then. So, you know, I was like, you know, we was cool. You know, she did her thing. I was like, okay, that was good. She's like, oh, what you got? I was like, oh, a song or stuff. She's like, oh, you know, you should do it. And I was like, yeah, haha, don't say too much more because I'm not trying to do it. And then the teacher called me and I was like,
she needed that push. Some people need to be shoved.
I did not want to go, y'all. Like, I was so not down. I was like, oh, you know, I'm not sure about it. I was like, yeah, I don't really know if I should do it. I was like, you know, it's not that good or whatever. And he was like, oh, you know, just go for it. I'm like, I was kind of hoping I went up there and I been my tang or whatever. I sang or whatever. And I was like, all right, cool, vibing. And then I look in the stage and in the crowd because when I was singing, I wasn't paying attention because the best thing for me is like to kind of like zone out in my head but still have my eyes open. So I kind of like just sing but not really pay attention because otherwise I'd be distracted by what's going on out there. And so it was emotional for her. It was just a touchy subject. And I was like, oh crap.
She made me cry. The
like,
waterworks.
No. I was like, because I didn't know her. I was like, I made the girl cry. I'm like, dang.
The girl.
I didn't mean that. I didn't remember her name.
Yeah.
I was horrible at names. I still am. That's not the point. But I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, Brenda, you're supposed to look at it. She was like, oh, I didn't know. I was like, fam, I gave it to you to look at. And she was like, oh, I didn't know. It was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. And Brenda was like hugging me, so she was like, it's okay. People are looking at me like, because I'm not really someone that like cries like over like stuff. So it's like she's crying.
Yeah,
like
mind you, that was
okay.
The third time I saw her.
Right.
Like, I was like, oh my god.
And I was like, it wasn't her fault or anything. I was like, it's not your fault. It was just like your song just made me cry. Like it's not. No one's mad at you.
So I was like feeling bad and stuff. I was like, dang, you know, I kind of made her cry and stuff. Should I probably talk to her? Like, I feel bad. Not like I should be friends with her because I made her cry, but more that's what she should be like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I kind of, you know, it's my bad. But so I finally gained up enough courage to talk to her because I was like, I felt really bad. So I talked to her and stuff, and it was like, she was pretty much like, it's cool, it's not that deep, you know. So yeah, I talked to her and stuff, and it was like fine. And Brenda was like, she said it's cool. I was like, all right, you know, I guess it's cool. So yeah, that was like the first time like I actually like talked to her one-on-one, like an interaction with her that wasn't like between us three, like me, her, and Brenda. So I was like, okay, I didn't really think too much about it. It wasn't like, oh, that girl is great. I was just like, all right. Like, okay. Yeah, it wasn't too much to it. And then I feel like the next time we hung out was Brenda's birthday party.
Yeah.
Her dinner party.
I came to your house like before then though. For something else.
Something that I wasn't even part of. Because my brother was also at the school. So he, you know, had class things and they had a project that was here.
So
like
I saw her and I was like, oh, hi and stuff like that.
Wasn't too much to it.
That was my first time like seeing her house and stuff. So I was like, but I didn't like go upstairs. I just saw like this area. So like, oh, okay, cool.
Right. So yeah, that was the first time she came over my house, but it wasn't like to hang. It was like to do her work.
Right.
So we didn't really talk that much, to be honest. Like, I know my parents talked to her dad, but it wasn't like me and her was like, oh, let's sit together and talk for hours. It was just like,
right,
what's good? Hey, how you doing? All right, cool. So next would be Brenda's dinner party, and that wasn't too much to it. It was just like time we actually hung out. Like it was like all obviously a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But like we hung out and we talked. Right.
Cause you have to realize that we were like going to a dinner with like people that we don't really like know like that.
Right.
So you know when you have that one friend where it's like, oh, you're invited and you can like talk to them the whole time. It's like because I know you, but then like whoever's birthday it is, they mainly talk to like their other friends. So it's like, okay, at least I got this one friend.
Right.
That's what we were to each other.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
We was like oh,
we're okay.
Haha, this is good, isn't it? Oh no, it's not that good to me. Oh, true, you don't like that? Oh yeah, I like guacamole. You like? No, okay, I don't like. Okay, so that's pretty much what it was. And so we was kind of talking during that. But I feel like before then we had each other's number though. I feel like we talked about it before then because I have a vague memory of us texting like, "Are you going to this thing to Brenda's thing?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, me too. Bet like we'll see each other there. Yeah. Cool."
I don't remember us exchanging numbers, but like
me neither. I remember we had Hangouts
probably,
but I feel like we had a number before that because I remember we used to FaceTime on Hangouts. So I feel like we talked about for that because I feel like it wasn't like, "Oh, you're here too." It was like, "Oh, you're here. Oh, okay." Because I remember we all came in together and stuff. We were sitting down waiting, but so me and her, we kind of chilled at her party once again because she had other friends. We was like, okay, we can kind of occupy ourselves, talking to each other, kind of thing. So we walked around, we talked. I feel like we got decently closer then. Like we just talked for a little bit and wasn't too much to it, kind of thing. It wasn't, we were talking to people not thinking too much about it. It's some of the best conversations when you're not thinking about it. Like it was like kind of chilling like that. But after that, want you to know, I'm talking a lot because her memory is based off of what she hears, and then she's like, "Oh, I remember this." So
yeah, so I'm just giving my opinion
as it goes
be honest,
because
guys, sorry,
it's okay. It'll get better next time. Her little sister, because she only has one sister, but her sister invited me to her interviewing thing for her birthday. Which is like, it's like, I was like, wait, why is your sister inviting you? But that's the kind of person like she is and was. Like, it's just like, okay.
yeah.
Like, I'm not thinking too much about it. She was never thinking too much about it. Like, that was her whole thing. I feel like even now, not thinking too much about it. Like, it's not, okay. Like, I feel like that's how it always has been. Like, as long as we know each other.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I introduced her to my sisters one of them. It's like, oh, okay, she's cool. Yeah, how about she go inner tubing with us and stuff? And like, our other family members and stuff were going anyway. Right. So it's like, okay. Right. Let's do it.
So I remember that, like, almost very clearly. I remember that very clearly. I remember we was going our way there because it was up in the hills and you was in the front seat and me and her other two siblings were in the back seat. And I was like talking to her. Like, actually, no, she was in the back. Her sister was in the front, actually. You was in the back though. Yes, that is true. But, cause we were talking, so we were actually had a conversation, like a one-on-one conversation, obviously with people, but like, it wasn't like, what's his name was there or nothing like that. Like, it was like, we hung out kind of thing. So that was really fun. It was nice to get to know her family because I've never been to her house before. Did I go to her house? Yes, I went to her house to go there, but I didn't stay over. I just went to her house to meet up to go there because I wasn't trying to go from my house to her house kind of thing. I mean, my house to the place. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Yeah, it's up there. But yeah, so that was fun. I enjoyed that. Like, it was nice to get to know her family and like hang out and see, her siblings and stuff like that because outside of school, I never see her. That was my first time seeing her second oldest brother, not her youngest brother. Well, actually, it was the first time seeing both of them. But the other one, he came too, the older one. So I got to talk to him and stuff like that. Like, I like talking to other like siblings and people like that because it's like, who do you be around? Like, what they like. It's interesting to me. So yeah, for me, that was cool. I enjoyed that. And it was just overall fun. Like, it was fun, And swimming is fun all together. So it's not too much you can do like to make that bad, I feel like. It's just the overall bad situation. But what's the next one? next
weekend.
But yes, that was fun. That was a weekend, and we definitely talked more. Like, you know, we was in the same room. We was kind of like, oh, you do this, oh yeah, I do this, and we was able to talk and like really like hang out. Yeah. The fuck, we were never like all four of us were ever really together because I went to the mall somewhere and we were walking around and like we definitely had deeper conversations with me and Brenda and our other friend did because we were talking. Like it was like already, you know, like that's why I invited you so we could talk. Like not to just look at you, kind of. Yeah, we went to IHOP after that horrible prank. That was so hilarious. You know how you think things are hilarious when you're a child and then you get older and you're like,
child.
I know, right? I was thinking of like kid and I understand shit. My brain's slowly shutting down, guys. We're working on it. But
I got to feel like I came over our house. I remember asking my dad, he'd be like, yeah, because it's like 45 minutes away from me. Yeah, and so I was like, yeah, and so then I would come up here and then we would like spend the night
it's
and
such a
stuff
task.
because it really was.
Because she doesn't have her grandmother take her up to you.
Yes,
It's always
my
be a
dad
task.
he was like, I'm not going all the way up there. I'm like, grandma, I mean, like, Nana, please. She's like, okay, Trent Trent can go. Then I remember her coming out to the car to talk to Trent. I remember her mom talking to Trent and stuff like that, coming out to see him.
Shoot, it's still.
How did I feel at first when I first came over? When I first looked over here, I'm gonna take a wild guess, okay? Probably like, I'm definitely that person, like, if I go into a new area, like, especially spend the night. First, I've never been the person, like, to have a friend spend the night over their house. Like, I didn't spend the night over people's house. I only went to sleepovers for, like, someone's birthday or some party. Maybe we had dance the next day, and it was like, okay, just stay over there because my parents were out of town or something like that, but not by choice, not by, this is my friend, I want to go to her house and, like, have a weekend with her. So, to me, this was all, like, new, and it was like, okay, you know, what can I do? You know, what can I not do? I was definitely more, like, I feel like I was more quiet. Do you feel like I was more quiet?
You was very
I feel
quiet.
like I was more reserved.
First guy here.
Like, I feel like I just didn't, like, you know, I didn't know that her parents were masking. I mean, like,
I hear this every time.
I'm like, you just get so, like, scared. You're like, don't say the wrong thing out of your mouth, or else it'll be like, get out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, where am I gonna go? So it's like, move. Yikesers. And then, of course, you know, they're like, oh, they're not scared. I'm like, it don't matter. It don't matter. It was like, they look so scared. They look so, like, strict and stern. I was like, can't do anything wrong. So, to me, it was like, and then, you know, sometimes people try to start conversation. You're like, oh, yes, haha. You go to the mall. Oh, let's go do this. I remember hanging out with you guys a lot. Like, her and her mom, a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
as
a lot.
When she started coming over more, me and my mom and her actually made it a task to go to as many malls as possible. Like, we've gone to a lot of malls within, like, the hour time range. Like, I mean, any direction, we've probably been there within an hour of our house. Like, really. Because we don't really be buying anything. We just, like, walk around and be like, oh, that's pretty. Oh, you know what? When we get older, we should come back here and do a shopping spree. Like, it'd be, like, that kind of randomness. Just be like, oh, that's fun.
It's just nice.
Like, the experiences I personally enjoy. I'd be like, this was fun. You know, I didn't have to get anything and be like, oh, I had a good time. Like, I had a good time coming here.
My parents, like, they didn't really like going far to go to places. Like, what's the closest mall? What's the closest Target? What's the closest Five Below? What's the closest competition and stuff? Because she wouldn't see me dance. I was like, okay.
I
so
like seeing
her and her
people
mom,
dance.
I invited to, like, a couple of my competitions. Like, the local ones. And they watched me dance and stuff. So I feel like it was also, like, yeah, like another, like, just talking, like, getting to know someone. Because then I felt like I wanted to more to your mom, but then your dad was still kind of, like, scary because I spent more time with her. So it's like, okay. But then your dad was still kind of like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just
Because she took my brother more first. So I got talked to her a lot, definitely through the phone. Through him, because he'd fall asleep and be like, oh, let me talk to her real quick. Oh, hey, girl, like, what's poppin'? What's going on? Da, 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 da. I promise.
I was friends with him before her.
I would steal the phone out of his room almost every night and come and talk to her. And we talked for a while. Be like, all right, I'm getting sleepy. All right, I'll put you back. Like,
These people are the reason why I stay up late because my bedtime was like 10 p.m. 10, okay?
Yeah.
It's like, I need Z's, okay? Especially when you guys share the room.
Yes, when we shared the room, I would
It was
reach up
very easy.
on that bunk bed, drag the phone down, be like, yeah, so I was thinking last night, like, oh, y'all talking? Like, it was this point in time where we talked more over the phone than they talked over the phone. Like,
I remember all three of us came over one time. I remember we all went to Water Country.
yes, definitely. Her, Brenda, and me. I used to have somebody I babysit. Well, I nannied for, really. I nannied for them. And they would take me places pretty much in bargain for payment. So they took me, her, and Brenda to Water Country, and we were there for a little bit. Like, we went there, and it was really fun, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself because I like roller coasters. She likes roller coasters. We all kind of like roller coasters, even though it's water. But, like, it's around that, idea. It's like a water roller coaster. Her, bro, and I stayed over the night over her house. We'll get to how I felt. But when I first stayed the night over her house, bro, I'd be like, oh, good morning. She'd be like,
that's weird, because my house, we don't do good mornings, really. Now they do. I'd be thinking, like, okay, I'm trying to be brand new. When do we do that?
I'm trying to say good morning now. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Like, I'd be like, oh, good morning. She'd just be looking at me. I'm like, why is she? And her dad be like, oh, she's not ready to talk yet. I'm like, sis, quiet. The Rick, she mute now.
Yeah.
I'm like, when did she start talking? He's like, yeah, after she eats or something like that. I'm like,
I gotta get in the mood.
being in the house is so fun to me because it's like, I get to.
Oh.
She felt it in her heart. Came back. But, like, I like bopping from person to person, being able to talk, like, and going from back and forth from our siblings is, like, the greatest thing ever. Like, I say, oh, yeah, I can talk to you, and I feel like I can talk to you. So, being in our house is, like, it's, like, invigorating. It's like, yeah. I never want to stop moving. It's kind of like that. But at my house, I'm like, when is my nap?
I don't get it.
Like, it's so slow. But that's overall
Yeah, basically.
how we met, how it became this.
Our status now is best friends.
Yeah, crackhead of a person.
I think it's a mutual. It has to be mutual feeling. It's
Definitely,
a conversation.
definitely.
Are we best friends?
Right.
Yeah, we're best friends. Okay, we're
Like,
best
okay.
friends.
Status.
Yeah,
It's
we're best
vibing.
friends. Super close to her family. She's super close to my family.
Definitely.
Like, my dad's like, Kristen, oh my God, when she's coming back? When's she
Yes.
coming back over?
Yes.
Oh, make sure she goes to this. Make sure she goes to that. Yeah, you can do that. Your family. What? You don't have to ask me. Yeah, you can go
Right.
and do this. Like, it's like,
My
I'd be
family.
like, what about me? So,
My family definitely takes her with open arms. She's been claimed by mostly everybody in here but my brother because he's a stinky face. But everybody else is there. Even the dog has open paws.
I'm just worried about the adults. Just the important people. And the important people claim me.
Right?
So,
The poor people claim you know you're doing it right. But definitely I have a relationship with all her family members, like down to little human. Her baby brother.
yeah, he says her name. Anytime on the phone.
That's my mans. That's my
Psych.
little mans, bro. I promise. I'm gonna get a boyfriend, be like, you gotta go past little mans first. You be like, you gotta talk to him first. He the scarier
Oh my
one. Like, listen, Trish. I got a boyfriend. We can't be this no more.
You're so silly.
But definitely, we've
done a couple of things. We had to, we didn't organize, but we helped out at a wedding.
right. We
So
did
there's
a
more
lot
recent
of things
stuff
together.
throughout,
Yeah, for
but-
sure. Like, we did a lot of things together.
Different restaurants. Yeah, I remember going to Silver Diner super late. I
Yes.
forgot why. I forget I feel like over the years I get more silly.
Because when I first met her, she wasn't this silly. Even when she talked to me like that, she just wasn't.
There was no spark that little.
She's just
I
random.
got comfortable. That's how I was gonna get comfortable. But it depends on who you're around. Some people you just can't do that with.
You guys, we can talk.
Only let you do 15 minutes.
I know. We're gonna make a part 2. This is gonna.
Oh, Jesus. She probably got a handprint in my back.
We're going for an hour. My phone's like, help.
Oh, the fuck is it?
So, we can babble on for years about us and our relationship and our friendship because we can step back and keep on stepping back and keep on stepping back.
Yes.
So, let's leave you there and leave you guessing. If you guys got any questions, anything else that we should talk about, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. Any more videos you want to see from us, leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and that's going to be right there. And YouTube picked the video just for you from our channel. That's going to be right here. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day and bye.